Hello, Maths Legends. We're going to look at seeing whether chance experiments are fair or unfair. We're going to do this by comparing fractions and percentages. Okay, gents, let me start off. We're going to need to work out the sample space. Now, the sample space, again, if you would have watched the last video, is talking about all of the possibilities, all of the outcomes that could happen. Now, all the possible outcomes I've actually listed here below. But what we're going to do here, and I'm going to explain it to you, is we're going to look at rolling two dice together and combining the total of the two dice. You can see that if we were to roll two dice, if we got two ones would be 2, a 2 and a 1 would be 3, two twos would be 4, a 2 and a 3, 5, and so on and so on. So the highest number is 12, the lowest number is 2. Then I went back and I decided, right, what are all the different possibilities? So I'd made a table and worked out all the different possibilities and graphed those for you in front. Then what I did was I had a look and said, okay, how many total possibilities altogether? And I worked out there were 36 total possibilities altogether. If I then looked down there, I then counted how many possibilities for 2. Well, there was 1. So then my fraction is 1 over 36. So 1 out of 36 chance of rolling a 2. If you look at the 3 then, it was 2 over 36, which is 2 out of 36 chance, all the way up to the 7, which was 6 out of 36, which is my largest chance of rolling. Now, when we're looking at chance experiments, it's important to know whether we are creating an opportunity to be fair or unfair. Now, if we're creating an opportunity to be fair, it would mean that you have the exact same amount of chance of getting it right as another number. If you are unfair, it would be that there would be a greater chance of getting one number rather than another. So for an example, if I was going to roll a 6 or versus an 8, so what's my chance of rolling a 6 versus an 8? It would be fair because both have a 5 over 36 chance. However, if I was going to do a 2 rolled against a 7, then I know that 7 has way more chances of coming out than what it does rolling a 2, so that would be unfair. Now, looking down below, here's some more examples that I've done. If you have a look, the first one there for fair, 2 versus 12. Now, if you have a look at the 2 versus the 12, straight away you can see that both are 1 over 36, so it must be fair. Same amount of chance. The second one looks at 2, 3, 4, and 10, 11, 12. So here we have a look there. We have 1, 2, and 3, and 3, 2, and 1. That makes 6 over 36 on both ends, so that would be fair as well. And then we have one that's a little bit unusual at the end there, which is 2, 3, and 4 versus 7. Now, 7 has 6 possible chances, and we know 2, 3, and 4 has 6 possible chances. So actually, even though there's more numbers, we still have a fair chance. Now, unfair would mean that each side is imbalanced or not equal in the same amount as a fraction. So 11 versus 7, you can see that 11 is 2 over 36, but 7 is 6 over 36, so it doesn't work. And there's a few more examples there for you to look at. Now, if I was to go into practicing some of these with you, we're going to do the first one all together, and then I'm going to allow you to go off and have a practice by yourself, and I'll come back and I will check them. All you need to do, gentlemen, is write fair or unfair next to each of those letters to see whether you are right. So let's look at the first one, 2, 3, and 4. I know 2 is 1 over 36, 3 is 2 over 36, and 4 is 3 over 36, which makes 6. Let's try 6, 7, 8. 6 is 5, 7 is 6, and 8 is 5. That makes 16. 16 versus 6. Probably not very fair, so I'm going to say unfair. Let's do the next one, B. 5 and 6. Well, 5 is 4 over 36, and 6 is 5 over 36, versus 11 and 12. So that's 9, and 11 and 12 is 3 over 36 possible. That is also unfair. I want you to now stop the video, have a practice of these next 8 for me, gents. I'll come back in a second and go through them with you, and let's check your answers. Thanks, gents. Hopefully you've had a good go at those and you're finding this quite easy, especially with the data table above to help you. Let's do C. 10, 11 is 5 over 36. 3 over 4 is also 5, so it is fair. D is 2 and 6, so 2 and 6 is 8. And 12 and 8 is 6, so it is unfair. I'm just going to put UF for unfair. E, 3, 4, and 5 is 2, 3, and 4, so that makes 9 possible chances. And 9, 10, and 11 also makes 9, so it is fair. If I go to F, 4 and 9 is 7, and 7 is 6, so it is unfair. And the last one's there for you, 5 and 11 is unfair. H is 6 and 8 is 10, so it is unfair. And then 2, 4, and 6 is then 8, 9, 9, and 5 and 8 is 9, so it has to be fair. Equal amounts on both sides. 4 and 10 is 6, 7 is 6, so it has to be fair as well. Judgements, this can be done with any kind of chance experiment, like flipping a coin, flipping 2 coins. Could also be picking out coloured counters out of a bag. The best thing to do is always start with the data table, collect all your sample space, so make sure you've got all the possible outcomes, and then you'll be able to work it out quite easily. If you're still having a bit of trouble, gents, please come armed with questions to your lesson, and then we can make sure we can go through them.